I say this as someone who refused to sign their art for years. Always sign your art. It doesn't matter what quality your art is, please just start signing it right now. There are a couple reasons for this. One, your art will be taken by other people, shared around, placed in search results, used in ways you might never imagine, and uploaded to repost accounts without your permission, especially if it's fan art. A signature makes it possible to find you, the original source. 2, a signature discourages theft in the various ways thieves use stolen digital art to make money. And 3, whether you like it or not, and whether or not it's illegal, your art will be used to train AI tools. It matters that if those AI databases are cracked open for whatever reason, the images inside are clearly marked as belonging to an actual person. Now, obviously, where and how to sign is a personal decision. I'm going to give you the best tips I have for signing digital art specifically. Because you have zero control over what people do with any image you post online, the most important thing about your art signature is that it is trackable. And what I mean by that is people can read it, type it into a search, and reasonably find you, your account, your art gallery, whatever. Some artists use a fancy image they overlay on their art that has a logo and a lot of words, websites, social media. If you choose a detailed signature stamp, I advise on keeping the information as simple as possible. Digital art will live online for decades. So if your website isn't going to be around long, or if you change your social media handles a lot, or if you think Twitter might implode tomorrow, then only put on your signature what you believe will stay the same for years. If you're like me and prefer a signature that isn't necessarily readable, then I suggest adding a readable text version to your digital art somehow, especially in cases where your name isn't the same as your social media handle. The handle is what people need to find you among 1,000 other princes. Now let's discuss the placement of the signature. This affects how easy it is to steal your art. A signature on any part of the canvas that's easily cropped out, or colored over, or pattern stamped provides the least amount of protection. A signature integrated into the art itself, or a signature overlaid in a way that makes it time-consuming to edit out, provides more protection. A massive watermark that obscures most of the art is the best protection against theft, but as you can tell, this is potentially annoying for viewers and takes away from enjoyment of the art. I usually aim for the middle of these two extremes. For me, the signature itself is part of the art, so I want it to look good and not be obtrusive. Sometimes, though, for certain digital art that is stolen a lot, like tattoo designs, I make the watermarks super annoying. Speaking of watermarks, though, depending on the type of digital art you do, if your signature doesn't rest on top of all the elements you want to protect, throw in a watermark. Post the marked version to social media and give the unmarked original to your customer. Using signatures to protect against AI theft would take an entire separate video. I'll summarize by saying if you sign your art in any way at all, you're winning, but there's also no point in mutilating your art with watermarks as if it's going to provide better protection against AI, because it doesn't. And now, we come to the controversial part of this art tip. Never putting a date on your digital art. You and I could definitely fight about this. Dates are useful because if you have a long, famous art history, it can help place each piece in the broader context of everything you've done. Dates are horrible because they immediately make your art worth less. It's no secret that art gallery customers are less likely to buy something with an outdated signature on the front. In a digital age, anything other than the current year on a piece makes it look ancient. My professional recommendation is to keep track of the date some other way, not directly on the art itself. Put a date in the file name, in the metadata, or sort it into a folder, or keep an inventory spreadsheet with all the details you want. Just don't do it on the art, because I'm not kidding, it devalues it, introduces age bias, like, oh my gosh, 2014? What are you, a reptile? Is this a fossil? Feel free to totally ignore me on this. You might have important reasons for displaying dates on your work, or you might simply like the aesthetic. Both sides of the date argument are legit, but I'm a person who sells art for a living, so no dates for me, thanks. But I'm kind of curious about this. Do you like putting a date on your art or not? Let me know in the comments. Either way, definitely sign your art. And for more uncommon digital art tips, check out the rest of this video series linked below.